professional broadcaster.
I never have an objection to most things you're saying. Have you ever noticed how I don't really go back and forth with you in objection mode and all that rigidity? We don't do it.
Weekdays 4 to 6, Black and White Sports, ESPN 100.7 The Ticket. ESPN 100.7 The Ticket. His Store and More, the Man Superstore Studios. This is 100.7 WQQO HD2 Sylvania, Toledo, a Cumulus media station. Ohio State football spring practice report.
Led by Jeremiah Smith and Brandon Ennis, this year's wide receiver room blends returners with newcomers and has received early praise this spring from head coach Ryan Day.
Or as deep been in a while there. Obviously Jeremiah leads the way, but Brandon's right there with them. And then you have Kyle and Devin, who both come in, had really good practices today, just for day one, seeing a couple of veteran guys go out there and make plays, know exactly what they're doing. Pros already. You can just see it. Now we'll see when the pads come on what that looks like. We also have, some other guys pushing in those areas like Phil Bell and Dez. But then you have the young guys and they're coming too. It's fun to watch them. They flashed. They didn't quite know what they were doing all day today, but they were working at it. And Chris hit a big post. Quay hit an over. Brock had a couple nice plays. I mean, all those guys have bright futures here.
This report was brought to you by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center and by Weber Grills. I'm Tyler Danberg on the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
There's one medical team in Central Ohio skilled enough to care for your favorite Ohio State team, and Buckeyes everywhere. The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center is your choice for the most highly specialized orthopedic and sports medicine care. Our surgeons, physicians, and physical therapists have access to the most advanced treatments and innovative recovery approaches to get you back in your game. Because on or off the field, our team is your team. The choice for your orthopedic care is clear.
Buckeye fans, game day just got hotter. Whether you're parked in the shoe lot or grilling at home, it's not a tailgate without Weber Grill's Traveler Grill. Fires fast, folds flat, fits compact, and delivers championship flavor every time. Burgers, brats, steaks, even rival fans agree. Bring the taste of victory wherever you grill. The Weber Traveler Grill. Tailgate tough. Buckeye proud. Weber Grills. Taste the tradition. Proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
In the game of life, every point matters, especially when it comes to your loved ones. Score big for your family this March by securing life insurance with SelectQuote. Their team of experienced licensed insurance agents can help you find the right policy at the right price in just minutes. I'm 40, and my $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. My wife's also 40, and her $500,000 policy was only $16 a month. Plus, with their same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Whether you need a $100,000 policy or a $10 million policy, SelectQuote can help you score big on affordable coverage. Don't let the clock run out on your chance to protect your family's future.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-760-1010. That's 1-800-760-1010. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-760-1010. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
For an array of classic and creative pizzas, visit Pizza Cat. Prices haven't gone up in 3 years, so continue to build those pizzas as weird as you want it. Order now from their 2 Toledo locations and earn perks towards future orders at pizzacat.com. Pizza Cat. Keep pizza weird.
No cats have ever been harmed in the making of this pizza.
There's my all-star.
I had the game-winning hit.
Careful, buddy.
Sorry, Dad.
Accidents can steal life's biggest moments. At KNR, we help you move forward and hold on to what matters most. When you're hurt in a car, you call KNR.
Lanier in transition, hits the three, and a sign of life from Knoxville.
Plant driving right. Loft for Brazil and a two-hand slam.
6 on the clock. Now with 5, he drives on Maddox. Right elbow and 3, spin to the foul line. Jumper up and it rattles in at the buzzer.
Don't miss any of this year's action on the road to the Final Four with Westwood One's exclusive coverage of the men's NCAA tournaments.
Here on Toledo's Home for Hoops, ESPN 100.7, The Ticket.
78% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. Even high earners, over 60%, have under $1,000 saved. But a new money move is making way. Welcome to the 24K Life, created by financial performance coach Derek Gant. The 24K Life is where high achievers master their money, sharpen their mindset, building unshakable confidence and wealth. If you're done with the survival mind and are ready to thrive, visit 24klife.org. The 24K Life. Be your best. Get the best. Leave nothing to chance.
Black and White Sports is now.
Trust and believe. It's something totally different. And stop with the Eminem, because Eminem's not one of the best either. And y'all can stop that.
Dre says he's the best on the mic. That's
Dr.
the best
Dre
on the mic.
is a Fed, and so is Snoop. We covered this. Everybody fool with Dre and Snoop is dead or was locked up. I don't care what Dr. Dre said.
I'm just reporting.
Dr. Dre was wearing women's shoes before it was fashionable to do it as a guy.
Toledo's sports leader, ESPN 100.7 The Ticket.
I know you're kind of busy just now, but I want to tell you some things I never told you. I know sometimes I act stupid and I say stupid things, but you kept me around, and other people would have said, drop that bum. You give me respect. You know, it's hard for me to say these kind of things because that ain't my way. But if I could just unzip myself and step out and be someone else, I want to be you. You're real hot.
If the papers knew we were talking like this, they'd think we was crazy. Why you?
Because I'm the best and you need somebody to teach you different. You may not understand what I'm talking about now. I can appreciate that, but you will when it's over. Believe me. You will when it's over.
You think I don't have any more?
You got nothing more to prove, do you?
Look, man, this is the opportunity of a lifetime.
I got a lot of more. Come on. Here we go again.
And we wish to show the American press a small portion of the advances.
What does all this do to enhance performance?
It makes a man a better man. A great athlete, a super athlete. Though most of the world is ignorant.
It's showtime! It's showtime!
Come on. I wish to educate your country.
In great spirits tonight. He's really putting on a show for this capacity crowd.
Shall we have a demonstration?
Please do.
As you can see, the result's quite obvious. Whatever he hits, he destroys.
Now you're gonna have to go through hell.
Good day, one and all. My bad. Yesterday, late start, sad. We was mad, but we got it fixed. That's okay, straighten life out quick. Let's go. 4 o'clock, we start the sports mix. Yep, JB is sitting here and he's sick. I mean, how he does his. Yeah, the show is legit, they tell me. On the street, I had my man inbox. He said, Sav, I heard it one time I was hooked, you rock. I said, wow, I am humbled by that assert. And you know what? I'm going to get back in here and let's get to work. Wow. Hey, my name is Andre Savage. This is Black and White Sports. Fastest buck 20 in sports is what they say. So we have to be quick around here. Thank you, Bellamere Sweets. Letting me do what we do with my good man over here, Josh Burnham. But yes, Perrysburg, Ohio. Please revisit Fun Romance. And they do it in Cumming, GA. That's suburban Atlanta as well. All right. Good day to you, Josh. Let's not do the Bellamere right away like that. But how are you?
I'm fine, nice and dry, even though it's wet and soggy out.
Yeah, why did that keep happening? That kept popping up like that.
I think.
Thank you for yesterday again, man. Just to
hey, no problem.
Back in motion.
Show must go on. We must do
we did
every possible avenue available to make sure that whatever situation comes before us, make the best of it, fix it, and get it off.
True indeed. Absolutely. Everybody, we want to call it a Weatherman Wednesday. We got to get our meteorology on here. But listen, you know what? Wednesdays can be tough sometimes. And I feel like we had a missed shot here. We've been, I guess, NCAAing and, a little bit, we kind of.
Understandable.
We kind of NBA, yesterday a bit. Oh, but shout out on the March Madness popularity worldwide, or at least nationwide, whatever it was, ratings. bonked out. They say, viewership, I think 19 million plus, whatever we're doing, just huge attendance on the audience side. And thank you too for that, Josh, coming in. That was fun. I'm in motion now. 77909 1007 100.7 FM. That's ESPN here in the Glass City, the Ticket. So welcome everyone again. Like I said, Weatherman Wednesday. I feel like we got this missed shot though.
Yes,
That's
we
been
do.
happening. And I'm kind of interested to see, especially with the fellas. I know I'll talk to Impress in a minute. This will be, I want to see what he says. I don't know, Josh. I'm not sure that everybody is on the radar with it, but I'm feeling like they are. And I'm the one, like I said, by having the missed shot and not talking about this Jaden Ivey deal. I didn't know. It was like, and real quick, it's not going to be an April Fool's situation. Because this is kind of, this is it. It's getting ready to get into the dicey zone because there's no way to not be in it here with this.
Yeah.
Anytime we get on this, but see, here's my deal with these type of matters. And this is unfortunate too.
Yeah, just tell April that we're not fooling.
Yeah, it's not, because I don't even want to do, but by the way, and everybody who does that, cool. I'm not a big subscriber to April Fool's Day, and I understand people were raised that way, and they said that.
I mean, we're
for a long
definitely
time.
not like the Doctors
But
on MASH.
to the extent
The Doctors on MASH on
that
that episode when they pulled that April Fool's joke on the general and he got the cup up and comings, that sort of thing.
So, to the extent that these type of situations and stories become uncomfortable for most people, it shouldn't be like that. But it is like this. And Jaden Ivey, because I'm very disappointed because I thought I had this, I had a video that I saw that I felt really, I remember enough of it though to be able to deal with it here in this moment and dance with this on the show. But still, I would have rather just presented it to you guys, so you couldn't fire at me and say I'm throwing out something that what I think and we were reacting, what I'm saying, and doing all of that. It was just, I thought it was well done. It was fair in the sense that it wasn't trying to slander, it wasn't trolling, it wasn't doing anything to sort of pervade anything other than perhaps some of the factual elements where this deal is concerned. But it's tricky because what ends up being fact here, and I'm gonna read from the story. We're gonna go back to it. I have to do that. But because of those parts, it's like I said, it's logged in. These are the facts, blah, blah. But see, these deals are different because it's underneath what ended up being fact and like how we got to it being fact and like how we got to them deciding that where this young man, because we got to, we're talking about career trajectory here. Everything that involves perhaps something he should not be dealing with, other than he lives in a structure that has been, how can we say, driven, influenced, manipulated, possibly, because that's strong. Let me see, but certainly coercive sort of energy that set up guidelines that came across as, again, governmental, which ultimately become judicial and so forth and so on. So again, watch me now. Come on, just hold on. It's the facts based in those things. Those things make things facts because they get into the papers and the scripts and the documentations of life. And that's always present. Administratively, everybody, because I want to get that part, because we got to get clear, because they'll go off and trip it out. No, I want to go to why the things that make it news
and why we have to say what we have to say or don't say. But we have to put this part in the front because everybody with the slaughter, because you're not getting ready to get that off on me. I'm just looking at it upset at myself to a certain extent. This should have been said as soon as this started popping. And this is where it'll be an NBA example here now. Therefore, we can put it in the sports landscape and certainly in this format here. But it really speaks to like the whole damn thing. What whole damn thing? Everybody's thing. Everybody's place of employment. Every circle of societal congregation, and I don't necessarily mean church. I'm saying anywhere we congregate, assemble, maneuver, anywhere we have to adhere to all rule-based intent has been shifted to the extent that we're talking about now. There has been an administered punishment for, watch this now, for where you stand personally. No matter what we're standing personally on, see, they have you believing that you can stand personally on whatever you want to stand, and you can't stand like that. And people will look at you like you're a simple ass for not realizing that you just can't stand like that. That you can't stand as you choose. Let me get to be more clear. You don't have actual rights like you are sold behind the narrative of the ideology that the nation sort of is propagandized on. You know, freedom of speech and right to bear arms and all that. We could just go and do it. But all of that, that's how they're working on some other new plan. It's a new thing going off. It's a rewrite in motion. You know, like how BCSN do, they just rewrite the whole, they do a new script. We're not going to do it today. But it's relative. They're just going to eliminate, you know, because they don't like how that individual wants to stand on his square or do his own, you know, you can't do that. And our man, Mr. Ivy here, has been shown what a lot of people aren't realizing is the actual facts. You can't move like that here. And we know this because we're on these airwaves. You can think it's small and it's little in good old Toledo, Ohio. But trust and believe, oh no, it gets very real. For saying or standing on or just wanting to project what is your opinion, where are you at as an individual? That is null and void now when you cross boundaries that were put in. Now watch this, because we can start talking about relative terms, and when we start saying groups of individuals and the potentials of offending and doing all of this, we can look at the grouping that we're going to have to mention here today and trust and believe. I have no problem with it. I've told you all before. It all hits home personally. I have every single thing that can offend somebody conversationally in my own bloodline palette. All of it. So you can miss me with the fear on whether or not we can start talking in the, you know, in the sense that, hey, you got to be careful. Don't go down that street. Now we're going to go down it. But to that extent, though, there's another group that I feel like it'll be a fun day to mention how that movement was usurped and disregarded to a greater degree, leapfrogged for, again, the grouping that has Jaden Ivey. What was it? I think, Josh, they cut the boy. I thought it was just a suspension. Hold on, they waived. They waived. They cut. They caught you off the team for conduct detrimental to the team. How is Jaden Ivey quote, the world proclaims LGBTQ right? Question mark. In the video stream, I'm gonna go back and read it. I just jumped down though to the parts because this is what we're saying took place. Now I got to get to this other part, Josh, where the Steph Curry. I got to pull all this together because I'm a little bit scrambled. I got to get this. Hey, 877-909-1007. If you can throw something in on it, let me know where the Steph Curry, because I got to get to this part, how he's mentioned Steph. And then, like I said, that video I was referencing, see, that's where all this came from. And I saw the different angles. There was different commentary from different individuals on different networks. So I could even appreciate that, where it wasn't like one ESPN flush of crap and then, saddled with some sort of boiling goulash of garbage from Fox and these boys. And it was a mixture. But all in all, they kind of dropped, and I got this picture like, whoa, damn, I got to go on the show. We got to say something. What's going on here? And they have cut this boy because hours after he posted a lengthy video rant on social media about religion and other topics that included anti-gay sentiments. Okay. For what it's worth, and this is without, see, but you almost don't need, you kind of really do need to know exact comments, but then again, you don't. Because for me, I just want to deal with, I still got to get a breakdown on the conduct detrimental to what the Bulls is doing in terms of trying to get baskets. That's where the conduct seems detrimental to people perceiving the Chicago Bulls as a place where we can allow conversation or commentary that might make it seem like we don't stand with the LGBTQ community. Thus NBA and so on and so forth. Now, I don't know what the hell we get ready to go to with Steph Curry. But what I will say, because I heard Ocho Cinco, well, not Cinco Ocho or Ocho Ocho. What's the other guy with the hair, Josh?
Emmanuel Ocho.
There you go. That man. Okay. He's the one he was shooting at Ivy, but he was, again, the notion that we really have you got consequences. And it's like everybody knows it too, because everybody is ultra noided out about this. But again, coming across like you are not immediately willing to demonstrate a no tolerance attitude toward anything that can be perceived, misconstrued, or any other convoluted idea of making it seem like we are not on the bus with everybody saying it is okay to be unapologetically all the way you. And nobody really cares if you do that in life. That's not really what people are tripping on, because I don't think people really care how everybody really wants to move. But when we are now saying, I mean, this is really heavy, man. We might dismiss it because it's a guy, you might say is basketball guy, whatever. Because, that's what it was. I'm sorry, I got off Ocho. I got off Ocho. Ocho was pointing out how Ivy wasn't really that good, Josh, or wasn't that great a player. I ain't saying like he's a bum, but apparently, he's not a marquee man that really is a sacrificial to the league. Would that be fair? Is that correct? Jaden Ivey?
Yeah, that's true. Plus the fact that he's been injured a year and he's hardly played for the Bulls.
Bam. So he hasn't been. Then they hit him with the availability. Yep, because they went the availability and the best thing and all that. Okay. So when you do speak up, and if you aren't someone who is at least marquee or certainly marketedly and bottom line resolute to the official tally, you don't get to talk like that, like any of this, though. Not saying that Brother Ivy, because we should dissect and see where is he really wrong at, because I want to be fair. Let's look at it, and whatever the references are, because it looks like there's a few, there's other material here. But that, in the larger context, is an egregious alert to where we're actually at. Let me break it, man. It's Black and White Sports, everybody. Listen, I told you, like I said, the tone is a little different because it's a missed shot today that I feel like I've been missing. And I didn't think it was gonna bubble like this. And I kind of caught it at first, and I said, I thought it was gonna be bad anyway. As soon as I heard that, somebody said something, I said, oh hell, it's getting ready to break loose, I would imagine. And damn, I turned for like 48 hours, and now we're over here. I'm gonna come back with some of that. Let me get get this show in motion here. I appreciate you guys on this Wednesday. 877-909-1007. Again, if we have other thoughts, and has anybody really been focused on this story? And if not, how come? Because boy, this seems ultimately very relevant here that somebody has, again, been released from their job at the end of the day. And you all probably feel like this can't happen to you. Sit tight, man. We're coming back. It is a sports show, though.
Stay close. Andre of the Savages is just warming up. 100.7 The Ticket. ESPN 100.7 right now, traffic.
Please be careful on the wet roads. Just one incident at this time, Hill between Elmdale and Burbank. If you're seeing anything we're not, let us know. That's your Cumulus Toledo right now, traffic.
Are you watching a big sporting event with friends, having a party, or are you just too tired to make dinner? Then you need to call Mama Mary's Pizza, home of the famous 28-inch colossal pizza, equal to 4 large pizzas. Mama Mary's Pizza is authentic New York-style thin crust pizza. The thinner the crust, the better the taste. Get great discounts when you order online at mamamarie'spizza.com. Just go to the menu page and click on the deal section. Located in Holland on Airport Highway across from the big Kroger, Mama Mary's Pizza.
You want some boiled peanuts? It's a boiled peanut.
eater. When I talk about Jacob's Pizza, the numbers matter. Almost 50 specialty varieties of pizza, over 20 variations of loaded chunks, 10 kinds of cheese breads to choose from and customize, and maybe the most important number, 5. Jacob's has 5 area locations, all locally owned, so you're always close to some of the best pizza in Northwest Ohio. Sweet savory sauce, doughy, puffy East Coast style crust with ham and banana peppers. Sorry, I'm getting carried away. That's my usual order. Make yours at j-cupspizza.com or on the delivery app you use most.
You can't save anybody. You can provide people with the information. They got to save themselves. Like, you can't save anybody. You literally can't save anybody, because if somebody's not willing to do the work, if somebody's not willing to actually put forth the effort, if somebody's like, only thing that you can do is give them the raft. It's like if we're in the ocean, right? Like, you can give somebody a life vest. You can give somebody a raft, but they still got to paddle their feet. They still got to put some level of effort in. Like, you physically trying to carry somebody, you're going to end up drowning.
You're listening to Black and White Sports, where there is no gray.
100.7 FM, ESPN here in the Glass City. It's the ticket. It's Black and White Sports on this afternoon drive window. Thank you guys for being with us. 4 to 6 p.m. is when we do it. For a short time right after Denny Radio. Shouts out to our guys, our neighbors, right? But thank you guys for hanging. 877-909-1007 is how you get into it with us. If you want to text us, you want to say something. Because I am talking about this this Jay and Ivy thing. I'll come back to it here. But before that, let me also say you guys can listen live at 1007theticket.com. Don't forget that. That's probably an important mention, as well as our general counsel. What's up, gang? The fellas on the comment tiers. My bad too. Yesterday, I didn't even hit you boys up, man, to say something. With all that mess we went through, man. Shout out to the boys, man. K. Jones, Slick Rick, Hightower, Gary Finn. All right, always in the building. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, Josh, man, we're gonna get Monty in here, man, because I'll talk to him about this. But listen, here are a couple of things that we do probably need to add. I've had a few more minutes to kind of just read further. Different, I got a couple of different sources in front of me. Josh, we got the computer working over here, and as I said, unfortunate that this is the type of circumstance that can be created. But before I keep going down that street, which is why I was trying to tread relatively lightly, though, because as is often the case, Brother Ivy, you're doing a lot, though. Yeah, you're doing a lot.
Oh boy.
Yep, and I don't know if we got to cut you like this, but we do need to have a meeting, because at the end of the day, whether we love it or not, before the break, I was just trying to articulate the idea that, again, the rules are set, the facts have been arranged as such that we should stop with this fictitious notion that, we really are our own stewards of whatever we feel like being and doing and all. I don't know that that's really an accurate description of what's real in life at this point. But my man here, Ivy, really seems to have been pushing this by the sort of the repetitive. What I'm gathering here is that, because I didn't see all the Instagram video. That's not necessarily my thing, Josh. You know what I mean? I don't know. But hold on. Before I even go further, let me get impressed here, because I need more input here. I don't want it to be a slanted view, but I can kind of see right now where it kind of needs to go. And especially with the Steph Curry thing. You can't do this, Brother Ivy. But with that said, all guests and calls brought to you by the Bellamere Suites wake-up call line. Here's our low post threat, ladies and gentlemen. You know him as DJ Impress, perhaps. And if you don't, you should get to know that. But he's Monty Features. What's up, man? How you doing?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Oh, man, listen. I got, it's tough, because as I was coming in on this, I'm talking about the Jaden Ivey thing. And on one hand, I'm a little disappointed myself because I feel like I missed the shot right when this nonsense sort of kicked off, and he first got to talking. Um, and now we've gotten to the point now he boxes you in, even if and I didn't really want to defend him. What I wanted to sort of illuminate on a certain level was like the idea and notion that we really are in a state of affairs where your literal comment, or actually, you don't even necessarily have to get to your comment. If we find out somehow that your belief pattern is in line with something that we say is unpopular or that we classify as we don't like this or this type of style of perhaps even thinking at this point is getting us into more of a segregated energy just as human beings.
Hey
Okay.
man, we
Yes,
live
sir.
in a society where you can say whatever you want as long as you agree with everybody else. As soon as you say something that somebody else doesn't agree with, then you don't have that right anymore, right? Um, a lot of it has to do with social media, right? Social media gave everybody a platform to be able to get whatever they want to say out to the masses without a filter and without a resend button, because once it's out there, right? um what we have to do as a society is, one, stop being so sensitive, right?
True
Not
indeed.
what makes everybody different is that everybody thinks differently. And just because somebody doesn't think like you doesn't necessarily mean that you have to cancel them. Two, as a society, we need to stop worrying about what's going on in other people's bedrooms, right? Um, Whatever happens in your bedroom, that's your business. I don't have nothing to do with it, and I'm not going to express what I feel like is going on in your bedroom.
Right.
In my bedroom, it's me and my wife, and but I'm not going to broadcast that out to everybody like I just did, right?
Right.
Um, there, like I said, in my family, I have everything on the spectrum, right? And you're allowed to do whatever you want to, but I can't project my feelings on you, and you can't project your feelings on me.
Right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So
And that's where my man went. See, and that's the thing. Talking to my man, Monty Features here. Now, just leave that too. Leave him up there too. 'Cause I can see you.
Oh.
Your hands getting too
No.
agile and too active over there.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. Don't worry about it.
it's all good.
It's no, absolutely. That's my job to see the whole floor. But listen, man, he went. This is where I start reading. I'm seeing him like when he starts to go into the
Yeah.
the Steph Curry, these people is not real Christians, and this is not, he's not really legit to it. Jaden Ivey sounds like, first of all, you kind of sound like the new Christian guy who just got baptized and you get amped and you want to take
Right.
everybody with you, and now everybody got to go and and do
Like
this and be the same way. You know what I mean? That kind of
the
deal.
people when you be like, "How you doing?" "Oh, I'm blessed and highly favored, and the
Yeah.
Lord is my savior." And yeah, we
Yeah,
get it.
absolutely.
All right,
And
all
you
right,
have
yeah.
to with all of that in the game, but absolutely. It's and listen, I'm a strong, like I said, I feel like there's, what they say, how you do, not what you do, how you do what you do.
Right.
And I'm not exactly upset at the ideals behind what he thinks he's trying to get said, but I would question, if I was sitting with him, I might say, but did God tell you this was the timing to just flood your artillery like that though? If it was that, because he
Right.
might say, well, the God gave me and sent me to make my comment and use your platform for this in such an excessive and aggressive way. Is what you know what I mean? I'm not
Right.
sure
The
that part.
packaging.
That's why I'd be like, yeah, I'm like, what would that be about, Brother Ivy? Because even if you were going to garner some sort of empathetic view, and maybe the people would perhaps galvanize, if that were going to be the case, you have shot everyone in the foot though by turning yourself into the aggressor.
Right.
What is Steph Curry saying to you? Why would you? And then see what? So and here's, watch this. So let me come back to kind of where I was at, Monty, before the break. When you start looking at the corporate structure and just how we align with administrative detail and what is pretty much there to kind of govern all of the citizenry and all of the damn townships and provinces around the nation. right? So we got that going on, and it's effective. That part is very important. And when we start looking at any face or any representation in the larger sense of something that is very, very broad, in this case, these leagues, NBA, NFLs, the like I said, the figures and symbols associated with these things, and certainly individuals and their character and whatnot. So when you have a guy that the NBA is celebrating to the extent that this man is pretty much demonstrated nothing less than a model citizen,
Right.
whether that be on the court or off of it. And this is the guy you picked to throw up in your whole. I mean, you couldn't have picked the other 13, 1,500, 1,300 cats throughout the association to maybe point a finger at, which again, because we still will come back to you, Monty, and say, why are you doing that? Say what you got to say about you and yours. Don't go saying Monty this and he doesn't represent that and he's this at his house. And
Look,
Brother Ivy, that wasn't cool on that part.
He don't got enough buckets to point a finger at stuff.
Hey, that's what Ocho went. And I didn't know if I finished my Ocho point. That was the Ocho point. We're like, hey, it's a point where the talent can exceed the consideration. You feel like that you know, if you got the talent, yeah, you can they might even let you get some of that. Kaylin Clark can say damn near whatever.
Right.
Angel Reese should not. Right. It's like that. And I'm sorry that you hate that. I can't be sorry for telling you that. It's like that. We need some right there, Josh. Normally, like in the future, you will be a hard time. You'd be like, it's like that, and that's the way it is. Run DMC would come, right there. That would be that would be, don't worry about it, Josh, but this is what I'm thinking. You know what I'm saying? Right? If we had done it prelim, we would know. But we didn't know. We don't rehearse it.
Yeah. You never know what comes up.
Nah, we as we know, man. Talking to my man Monty Features is in here. Black and White Sports, everybody, on this Weatherman Wednesday. We don't really know what's going on, these weather shifts as of late here, especially locally. So be concerned though, and I know everybody got mad the other night too about the game was on and these people were on trying to do their job. Salute to our meteorologists and things, certainly locally, trying to doing a great job, I should say, and certainly trying to service us. And I say this and I make special mention in all seriousness because these weather patterns and shifts and you all remember science class and how this stuff can go. When the tornado does jump, it gets jumping because of when the pattern is around here flipping from hot to cold and doing whatever it's doing. Be concerned. Pay attention to the storm warnings and such. People had a problem. They wanted to scream. They wanted to. Yeah. The other night they wanted to scream. They wanted the game in and make sure. But what if it's a real storm? Don't be messing with the Final Four. That's what you don't do.
That's around in Kansas somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. You will be with Bill Self in his office all of a sudden. Hey, we're going to come back. All right. It's the fastest $1.20 in sports. It's moving. All right. It's black and white. Sit tight.
When sports need a voice that doesn't play games, it's Andre of the Savages on Black and White Sports, 100.7 The Ticket. ESPN 100.7 right now, traffic.
Things quite slow in a lot of the familiar spots because of the wet roads. One accident, Hill, between Elmdale and Burbank. That's your Cumulus Toledo right now, traffic.
This report is sponsored by Capital One. What's in your wallet? Capital One offers no fees or minimums on checking accounts. And most Capital One cafes are open 7 days a week to assist with your banking needs. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank. Capital One NA. Member FDIC.
One moment, one crash, one injury. It can take away everything. K&R helps Ohio families through their hardest moments, standing strong when it matters most. When you're hurt in a car, you call K&R.
Here's a great way to save money on your prescription medications. If you take Viagra or Cialis, we can give you a way to pay as little as $2 a pill. Compare that to prices as high as $60 per tablet. Call now with your prescription and pay as little as $2 a pill. We offer 24/7 service and always free delivery and confidential packaging. Call Pharmacy Shop 24/7 to get generic versions of Viagra or Cialis for as little as $2 a pill, plus free discreet shipping.
Whether you're an active person that wants extra supplemental movement, maybe you want to keep your legs active while you work, or you wish to support your therapy at home, or you just want to build strength, increase your mobility, flexibility, and boost your circulation, Ellipse was made for you. Power-assisted exercise that frees your mind to enjoy your favorite seated activities. Just plug it in, place your feet, select your speed, and relax. Ellipse does all the work for you. Call now and order Ellipse.
Searching for the
It's a speed on the track, bitch.
Here, 7 home games, 1 mission, a new standard at the Glass Bowl. Don't miss a single moment with Toledo Rockets football this season. To secure your season tickets today, visit utrockets.com/tickets or call 419-530-GOLD. See you at the game.
When you need fast, dependable automotive service, make sure you take your vehicle to Hudson's Automotive.
Black and White Sports.
When a hero stumbles, well, the cowards rejoice. Nothing feels better to a coward than to watch a brave guy fall. And these people that talk about me, these cowards that rejoice, well, they don't understand what greatness looks like.
You're listening to Black and White Sports, where there is no gray.
Weatherman Wednesday, Black and White Sports, Glass City, Lucas County, Southeast Michigan. We appreciate you, Finley, you too, all of us, BG, Defiance in the scene. Congrats. You know we got a new head coach, Defiance College. I know you guys heard that last week. People been buzzing. Might have heard a word about that. But we back in here. I got to continue one final segment, final pieces of this first hour. Black and White Sports. Josh Burnham in here holding this thing together. Monty Features is here chopping with me. Most of it we've been talking about the Jaden Ivey. But just one final thing, Monty. You know who the Jaden Ivey is? How we were saying, like you got to be a little bit more talented though, as he, you know what I mean, going to where he was going, involving other people. And like I said, I don't know that I'm fundamentally like at odds at him maybe wanting to express some of where he wants to stand and wanting to express himself in the name of the Lord. God bless you, young fella. But I can't let you just no, you can't do that like that. The way you did that, and all I wanted to say was like him being the person that we're talking about. It's like Kaepernick trying to pull the move he pulled.
Right.
Oh, it wouldn't have worked unless it was now. If he had pulled Super Bowl Kaepernick, it might have had resonance, right? But this is what I say. You know, somebody like anybody who's going to speak that way, even if that's what you believe and you want to go ahead and project that onto the people, LeBron has to say that.
Right.
See, LeBron ain't gonna say that. LeBron is not going to say that. Let me make sure say how to do that. Remember, see, I went from LeBron ain't gonna say that. My mama too. LeBron isn't going to say that. Just to make sure we're all clear as far as how I do with this. So again, because somebody could hear that the first time, like, what is he on the air talking like that? No, but nonetheless, wrong guy. And really, in this case, not necessarily the right maneuver here. I don't know what you were trying to get done with that.
I just say it's the wrong packaging. Like with the way you package that, I don't know what you were trying to accomplish because you threw it all out with the packaging.
Yeah. And even if watch this, even if you wanted to make that difference, you didn't. All you did was disrupt the game a little bit more. You know what I mean? Because those who want to act in an ignorant mode, perhaps, or people who are still being, exercising a tone deaf demonstration, you lend to that. Because again, because then we can't say, because see, what really should be discussed is the fact that you can get fired from your job like this.
Right.
And we didn't really have a world. My grandfather wouldn't know what the hell you was talking, man. Enoch Clay, if we had to hit him with this money and tell him he could get thrown out of the plant for sec, because hey, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna tell you, well, my granddad probably wouldn't have been on the right side of the he didn't grow up in a time where he felt like this is what we, hey, I don't know. Yeah. Maybe some of you have some grandfathers and some dads out there that just like, hey, man, I don't know. I don't know. But hey, we know that we got to go ahead. We rolling, but we don't know what vehicle we really in.
And they didn't worry about packaging either.
No, they didn't. They didn't care about that. No, your internal clock was nothing that they was concerned about. It was like, listen, here's what we dealing with. But with that, also too, just as a sidebar, speaking about these things, did everybody know the NFL Network, I believe, now belongs to ESPN2 now?
I did hear about
and not
that.
ESPN2, but ESPN also. Yes. That's heavy.
Yeah.
In the monopoly game.
I was about to say they corner in the market.
That is very, but again, the power that will dictate to you less of an imprint on what you get, how you receive the messages and messaging, as Mr. Features just mentioned, the packaging that also can be, dare I say, potentially convoluted. Just be advised when we see these type of things. They come across as great deals of grandeur, and we like it on the surface until that game you can't get or something that just doesn't go how you feel like it used to work. And you're getting ready to find out it doesn't work like that anymore. That's all, these are things that kind of fall in line with that. But just like we said, man, that conversation with this young man, in this case, the team might have a case, though.
Right.
I have to say the Bulls kind of have a case. We don't need that here because watch this, Brother Ivy. I think right in here you had said how detrimental to the team what we do. Yeah, because that has nothing to do with what we're doing here. Why are you doing that? We need you to make baskets that you ain't making.
And I was about to say, and your rebounds ain't up either.
Yeah, you're not doing anything.
That's the detriment to the team.
You're a non-factor on a team that itself is a non-factor this season.
Right. You are a damn detriment. No, they did get you, bro. They had you right. They got you right, Brother Ivy, for real. Oh, you are a detriment to the damn team, Jack. Would you please get aboard or something? Would you get out here? Could you get taped up and get out here? Oh, hell, you a guy that's not playing. You know what? He's the embodiment of what Richard Jefferson was talking about. That's how they feel.
Right.
Now you're going to go ahead and clown the front office now. And Steph Curry? The current Michael Jordan person?
Yeah.
Oh, what are you talking about? Listen, hey, watch this. The LGBTQ community will smack you. What is wrong with you?
Look, hey,
we don't appreciate that. We don't want him on our... We didn't authorize him to say anything.
Hey, he don't have enough stats to go as Steph Curry.
Yeah. I mean, it's fair enough.
Or Dale Curry.
I mean,
you can't mess with that.
I mean, it's enough that he's going after the LGBTQ community and the Catholics. But now Steph Curry, I mean, that's like a step too far.
Oh, man, in the grand, you got to get that part, man. Like, we can't make that. Listen, man, that's black and white, bro. You can't. You're not going to talk about. Oh man, you can't. You can't just get on Scott and just talk about Ben Williams like he crazy or something. That's not. That's not gonna work, man.
When you say something and they be like Ivy, and they got to go look at the roster, like who
is that?
They got to
They didn't
Google
say
you.
what?
Yeah.
So, oh man, no, it was Jay and I tried to help you at first, and then I made the mistake of reading more. That's all I had to do was don't read more. I read some more. Oh man, I'm sorry. Yep, but no, everybody, we think Jaden Ivey should have been cut though. We just don't like a world where you can get cut for saying stuff. But nah, he said too much.
Right.
Yeah, he said too damn much. You gonna have to go find another place to work, sir, because we don't need that around here.
Yeah,
The
I wouldn't be
Wranglers.
surprised if he goes to the Siberia, the NBA, the
wait,
Washington.
Josh,
Wizards.
Monty said the Wranglers.
He can come play for the Wranglers.
They gotta get you on the Wranglers. We rock it because it's new. We need an attraction. It'd be just right. You get in here, we go, whoa, we gonna have that Glass City Center on tilt, boy. You better know. Oh man, that might be something we can get that into work. Woo. My daughter did say that you should get into like management of people and sports people. She might be on to something. Oh man, we can make some phone calls for real. You're not gonna be able to be on the Bulls with that. Oh my goodness, man. That fool said he went to Steph Curry and said he wasn't. Man, he said, I don't know. I don't listen. I don't even want to go. Like I said, that was heavy. When I saw it, I was like, whoa, this is what he said. I knew there was, like I said, I knew there was a Steph Curry element, but I hadn't got to the doggone particulars of what were actually stated. You can't state that. And and you definitely can't state that. Man, you gotta read the room, sir.
Yeah.
Life is a big room read.
Yeah, didn't read the room in Chicago, considering that a lot of the customers there happen to be Catholic.
And wait, no, that pride parade is massive in Chicago. Don't you get it twisted, JB. Please no. Sir, oh yeah, please no. Yeah, you barking up the wrong tree. I mean, the only worse would be New York if you want to do it like that. But my word, yeah, I don't know, man. You gotta get. See, this is where your people come in. It's got to be the circle, man. You know, the circle's got to come in and consult. Some people got to say, hey,
Right.
this ain't the route, bro.
Calm down, young fella.
Yeah. Hey, man, you know, in your best interest. I mean, you do like hooping in the NBA, don't you? you did have fun the times you were playing. I would think, you know.
Do you know what the weather's like in Toledo, Ohio for the Wranglers?
They say it's really shifty there, and tornadoes could loom. They could loom strong. You have to beware. Have your stop and drop skills prepared. It can happen anytime. Wow, that was woo. Yep, that was what that was. Yeah, that was a missed shot. Everybody, I'm sorry. I didn't know it was gonna be, a full hour compliment. There'll be a second half. We'll do some things. Like I said, I got some bets for you that I'm getting ready to trip you out too, because my stuff today. I'm going left. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Like today, I'm doing it. I'm doing it because I think as I was going through this, Monty, I said my brother would clown me for all of this and laugh and go against me. That's why I'm doing it. That's why I'm doing it, because it's like a secret battle. He doesn't think I know. He tries to set me up, like he tries to get my stuff and then do it. You know what I'm saying? Then flip
the
it
opposite.
against me. Man, but again. You know, I was here a lot longer than him. You remember when these fools were born, right? You was around all these fools were born. These guys is crazy, man. You got to see them. They wild. But yeah, man, listen, I appreciate you, brother. Hell of a job today. I'm sorry, man. I thought we could have, Jay Ivey was going to give us something to work with, but, you know, we couldn't do it. We tried to go on the black move for you. We couldn't even do the black thing.
After further investigation.
Yo. We're going to have to go with our white constituents here and get your ass up out of here. Are you out of your mind? Get the hell out of here, you fool. He's bad for business. He's horrible for business, people. Thank you, Impress. He's good for business, man. We try to be better for business, so keep that in mind, business owners.
See y'all.
Right? Yes, sir, man. I'll holler at you, man, tomorrow, brother.
Have a good one. Yeah.
Yes, sir. All right. Get back in here. Hour number 2. Like I said, business owners, plug in like my man Frank, man, our good friends at Mama Mary's Pizza. You'll hear all about that. Hour number 2 as the mozzarella minutes begin, traffic jam style. Okay, Black and White Sports. We will come back. Hour one complete. We told you it moves fast. 5:05. We'll see you. There's an NFL update. %78 of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, but you don't have to. The 24K Life created by financial performance coach Derek Gant, giving you high achievers the system to master money, mindset, and success. Are you ready to rise? Visit 24klife.org. Live 24K.
Danny Schaefer.
This is Denny Schaefer inviting you to join me along with producer Chris Hollywood. Don't miss Denny Radio Sports and More weekdays from 2 to 4 right before Black and White Sports. Denny Radio Sports and More is just that. We talk sports, we talk pop culture, politics, the drama that is my life, and plenty of guests too. Call in. It won't cost you nothing. 877-909-1007.
He's an idiot.
Weekdays 2 to 4 on 100.7 The Ticket. Join Andre of the Savages weekdays 4 to 6 on Black and White Sports.
Here's a situation. It doesn't matter that it's the Browns. What was your role? Why make this pick? What's that phone call? Haslam, what is this about?
ESPN 100.7 The Ticket. His Store and More, the Man Superstore Studios. This is 100.7 WQQO HD2 Sylvania, Toledo, a Cumulus media station.
I'm Bridget Condon with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. Cowboys owner Jerry Jones made it clear at the league meeting Tuesday that the team has long-term plans for receiver George Pickens in Dallas. Pickens received their franchise tag this offseason. Broncos head coach Sean Payton also revealed that quarterback Bo Nix is expected to be cleared for OTAs in June following his ankle injury during the playoffs. Elsewhere, Alabama quarterback Ty Simpson has scheduled pre-draft visits with the Cardinals, Browns, and Dolphins, according to NFL Network insiders Ian Rappaport and Mike Garafolo. Simpson also had a private workout with the Jets. And Miami quarterback Carson Beck is scheduled to visit with the Cardinals, Dolphins, and Steelers, also according to Rappaport and Garafolo. Beck also had a meeting and dinner with the Jets last week. Plus, the Seahawks will be featured on this year's season of Hard Knocks on HBO. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers. So we build specially adapted homes at Homes for Our Troops. And thanks to our donors and supporters, this life-changing gift of freedom is provided mortgage-free to these veterans. But we need you to join us too in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Thinking about starting weight loss treatment? GoodRx is here to help. We offer FDA-approved GLP-1 medications prescribed by licensed providers, including the Wegovy tablet, with straightforward pricing and pickup at your local pharmacy or delivery to your door. All from America's #1 prescription app. Go to goodrx.com/weight loss to get started. GoodRx is not insurance. Cancel anytime. #1 prescription app ranked by a third-party study.
Stay close. Andre of the Savages is just warming up. 100.7 The Ticket.
Here's a great way to save money on your prescription medications. If you take Viagra or Cialis, we can give you a way to pay as little as $2 a pill. Compare that to prices as high as $60 per tablet. Call now with your prescription and pay as little as $2 a pill. We offer 24/7 service and always free delivery and confidential packaging. Call Pharmacy Shop 24/7 to get generic versions of Viagra or Cialis for as little as $2 a pill, plus free discreet shipping.
I'm tired.
Whether you're an active person that wants extra supplemental movement, maybe you want to keep your legs active while you work, or you wish to support your therapy at home, or you just want to build strength, increase your mobility, flexibility, and boost your circulation, Ellipse was made for you. Power-assisted exercise that frees your mind to enjoy your favorite seated activities. Just plug it in, place your feet, select your speed, and relax. Ellipse does all the work for you. Call now and order Ellipse.
Not a chance.
This April, make dinner exciting again with the return of Vito's Taco Pizza. Now back with a new kick. Packed with flavor, loaded with fresh toppings, and served with all the fixins you love. But only for a limited time. And if it's not a taco pizza you crave, grab one of their other specialty pizzas like the Pepperoni Trifecta, Uncle Vito's Sweet Barbecue Chicken, or their award-winning Mediterranean Pizza. Find your nearest Vito's Pizza and order tonight at Vitos.com.
Hi, it's Mookie at Northwood Jewelers. It's about more than just helping you find your perfect diamond. They're also there to help you maintain and take care of your jewelry after the sale. Got a loose diamond? They'll set it. Ring too tight or too loose? They'll size it. Broken chain? They'll fix it. Their expert in-house repair team handles it all. From cleaning and polishing to checking worn down prongs before you lose a stone. Because at Northwood Jewelers, service before, during, and after the sale isn't just a saying, it's a promise.
Glass City, Lucas County. I know you guys are really, really serious about things like gaming and working from home and multiple devices running at once and things like, having strong Wi-Fi need or certainly powerful stream service. With that in mind, and because we understand that, allow me to offer an exclusive that is available now from my good friends at Rocket Internet. Yes, they're offering 600 megabits per second for only $9.99 per month. Or if you need more power, a full gig for only $19.99 per month. It's kind of a no-brainer. Both plans include Wi-Fi equipment, unlimited data, no contract, and a 3-year price guarantee. Visit GetRocketInternet.com or call 5673-ROCKET to check availability and sign up. Rocket Internet is a prepaid internet service. Professional installation is required and a one-time activation fee applies. Offer subject to change or may be canceled without notice. Visit the website GetRocketInternet.com or call 5673-ROCKET for full details.
Black and White Sports on ESPN 100.7 The Ticket.
All this bullshit they put me through had one singular objective, and the objective was to make me say sorry. I was the symbol of resistance, and all they wanted me to do was say sorry. They wanted me to go up after being marked, after having my life wrecked, and cry or say, I'm sorry for what I've said in the past. I'm sorry for what I've done in the past. What I did wasn't right. I know that's all they wanted. Because once they get that, he's not top G anymore. Look, he was top G. We hit him with the system. Look, he's sorry. Look. See, that's your hero. Don't fight against the Matrix. You're going to end up like that guy. And they can't stand that I've never said sorry. I ain't sorry to anybody. Because I ain't lied. Everything I said is the truth. I ain't sorry. I'm not sorry for living my life as a full-grown man. I'm not sorry for the mistakes I made. We're all human, and we've all made mistakes. There's nobody watching this who's lived more pure than me. We've all made mistakes. We all made the decisions we thought were right at the time. Perhaps with hindsight, which is always 20/20, perhaps with the brilliance of retrospect, we can look back and realize we should have done things different. But that's not how life works. I did my best. So what the am I sorry for? I did my best I knew how to do. I'm a better man now and I know how to do better. So I am. I ain't fucking sorry. But that's what they want from me. They want a sorry, or they want me to fucking break. And I promise you, I promise every fucking viewer, I promise God, I promise my fucking children, I won't. It doesn't matter what the fuck they do. Because the second I say sorry, all of this work was for nothing. And I've gone too far to start giving up now. So I'm not sorry for anything. Because me saying sorry, me breaking, would break the hearts of all the young men who believe in me. And that's what they want. Because those young men who believe in me, all the young men who believe in me are the future problem. That's the problem. In 10 years, all those fucking losers are gone. My fans are the governors. My fans are the fucking president. That's their problem. Because they're all growing up now. They're all 16, 17, 18 years old. That's what they're scared of.
You're listening to Black and White Sports, where there is no gray.
On 100.7 The Ticket.
We say it moves fast. The first hour has passed. Hour 2. However, you may be listening, whatever you may be into. We just would like to say, Glass City, we certainly appreciate you. Fastest $120 in sports. Less than 60 minutes to go. It's called Black and White. Brought to you by our good friends at the Bellamere Suites. You know that. But it is hour 2. Traffic jam portion of the program. Know how that sizes up. Authentic, New York style, thin crust pizza on the slab. Call our people daily. On, yeah. They call it Holland. That makes it user friendly. Sounds better when you talk. But to be honest with you, if you live here and we say, come see us on airport, well, then you know we talking. Oh, yeah. And Mama Mary's on the, get that pizza. It's authentic New York style. Yeah. 419-867-9991. But check it out. If you do it online, MamaMarysPizza.com. Enter the $120 promo code, 20% off when you do that. Special instructions from the boss. Frizzle said, tell you that. I said, I will. So know it. MamaMarysPizza.com. Thank you very much. All right, let's go, Josh. You know what else we need to do? Because we didn't do it hour 1. We did our whole little Jaden Ivey.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Jaden.
Sermon. Yeah, you know, he's tripping. At the end of the day, he played us. We out here trying to get ready to say something to balance it. I wanted to try to paint a different perspective, and this raw perspective in your hookup made it all jank. Even though, but just be advised, people, listen, NBA player, man, and you still, I'm not sure. It would be tough. Now, again, you know, obviously, you know, you probably think I'm ultra opinionated and things like that. And I don't know that that's really the case. But I will tell you this. I know I'm learning how to be cool. Shut the hell up. Let me tell you, shut up out here. I had to go. Josh, let me tell you quick story, man, because this happened. This is exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm listening to my man Andrew Z and these boys on their show in the morning. On occasion I do that. I'm at the gym, right? So I have it in the headset, right? So then he gets on, he tries to clown. I sent a text message to one of the people saying that I do something like one of the cast members. Like, you know what I mean? They were talking about something, walking around in the office, talking on the phone, right? And like physically walking around. You can see, have you ever seen somebody do this?
Yeah, plenty of times.
Yeah, that's what I do it, Josh. And so one of the people on the show said it. So I texted and I said, yeah, you know, I do that too. So Andrew takes off on me and tells the people a lie. Like, oh, well, Dre, he likes to talk and do all this. Nah, man. My point being, long story short, when it's not on here, it's not like a whole lot I'm getting ready to be saying to people out here. Because listen, nobody cares. Nobody has time to be going back and forth with people for absolutely no accomplishment whatsoever. Like usually, most of the things that people like are willing to disagree to the extent that they become volatile is usually purposeless, because it certainly is never life or death. And ultimately, nobody ends up paid when they get done with it. So you tell me, when is that cool? So I'm not, no. But I had to go. My whole thing, Josh, I literally, after I left the gym, I went before they got off the show to jump in there and tell him, do not tell these people Because, if he didn't have all them damn people listening, he has literally hundreds of thousands of people listening to that every morning, right? So I can't let that fly, is my point. Couldn't let you tell that lie on me, man.
Exactly.
Like he's like, oh, Dre wants to talk. And no, I don't. And don't lie like that. If we're not on this, trust me, people, I'm good. I'm good. Nobody cares what I want to say. Trust me. And I've accepted that. It's not like I say that with any sort of, rigid energy at all. Yeah, there's no, exactly, Josh. Don't. Sorry, sidebar. But let's go. Let's ring the bell real quick because we didn't do it first hour. So you told me you had something cooked up, and we gotta honor our man.
A full plate.
Okay, gotta get the full plate served for our man Anthony Butler. You know him, ladies and gentlemen. And if you don't, you should be aware and advised. He is the master barber and stylist. Ladies.
Want to ring the bell? All right. Ding, ding.
And, a little later in the frame than normal, but we still got to get it in. All right. Man, compensates us substantially, Mr. Butler. Let me tell you, I don't want to flex it. We know we love it. That client base is serious, so thank you. Brought to you by Anthony Butler, the master barber, everybody. 419-407-0880. Okay, we're getting close to that weekend again, and usually you guys have something to get your grooming together about. Ladies, you got somewhere to be. Even if you need your hair situation, all that, you can't just have a lot of men. I know ladies don't really do it like that often, but here's the master barber there for you to certainly suffice whatever is necessary. So make sure you guys give him a call. But here we go. Ring the bell last night. And this is part of what I was telling Monty, Josh, before he left about my brother. He's a doggone sinister hate master trying to double cross me. He actually thought I was betting against the Dodgers, even though I told him, let's not go with the Cleveland thing. Matter of fact, hold on, who else last night played that? Cleveland was in LA too, right? So I had it was like the Guardians playing the Lakers, and you had the Guardians playing the Lakers, Guardians playing the Dodgers, and the damn Lakers playing the Cavs. And I'm telling him, Cleveland is our losing city tonight. So we're going to take these LA boys. That was the whole thing. Nah, I ain't Cleveland. It's 90% of the money is on it. Man, go on with that. Ohtani is starting. And again, I didn't even buy into the whole Luka thing, but I did bet that triple-double from him. Sorry, Josh, that totally was off the thing. But let me say what the score was. 4-1 was the final. And at no time was I really on this page.
Yeah,
didn't work.
Shohei Ohtani, first start of the season as a pitcher, flawless. 6 innings, allowed 1 hit, walked 3, struck out 6, got the win 1-0. And the Dodgers backed them up with home runs by Mac Muncy, and that's it. Plus a couple more runs, that makes it 4-1.
Having said that, I love the Guardians tonight, though. The Guardians back in LA should be getting ready to wrap that up, I think, as they get ready to head and get traveling back,
And speaking of Cleveland.
Yep, the damn Cavs, ladies and gentlemen, is starting to keep getting realer and feeling unreal as we move along here. I don't know what to do with it. I'm not going to overstate because right now the Lakers, I feel, are just significantly better than the Cavs. I don't know how much that's saying or not saying, but we all have seen the certainly the resolute evidence of said material. But the Cavs at the same time, wouldn't matter who it was. What exactly do we make of this? The original little luster has drizzled off now. And it's really, to be honest, what it's actually looking like at this point is like we still have some other makeshift version of like another failed James Harden adventure. Like right now, it just feels dull for some reason. I don't know what to make of it. Maybe when they get back home here, they've been on the road for a minute, so maybe it's some of that. But nonetheless, I also wasn't, I wasn't unsure on those. I have a thing, people. I told you guys about it. I don't bring it to the show every time because I don't want it to fart and you guys start to take shots at it. After we know it's ironclad, which at this point we're getting pretty close to feeling like that. But I would tell you, pay attention when same city teams are playing. When they're playing on the same night. Now, this does not apply like if the Knicks play a Wednesday and then you got like the Islanders and the Rangers on the Thursday. No. It only applies if you got the Islanders, Rangers on the Thursday, and maybe the Yankees on that Thursday. If you see that, remember I gave you that. That's the part of being on the show. That's something nobody does. I just recently over the last year, and now it's starting to look like, I might have something there. And again, last night was thick. Our cities last night were Cleveland, LA, New York. You want to say Dallas to a lesser degree as I'm looking at this, but all these teams active. A lot of same city work was going on, and like I said, in terms of the LA thing, that made us successful there by taking that route. And of course, I think the Clippers, though, I'm not sure exactly what to make of that because sometimes I feel like I have to almost go Lakers versus Clippers, like one will win, one will lose. It's almost like they rarely win the same night because I think the Clippers got cracked last night.
Yeah, they lost 114 to 104 to Portland.
Yeah, they were supposed to win. They were favored, but it was like a minus 200. It smelled funky, and it ended up being funky. But like I said, that LA Cleveland synergy ended up being, we was on point with that. That's all. All right, I'm sorry, Jess. I'm dragging it on.
Okay, moving on to back to baseball. Tigers took one on the chin. 7-5.
But that's okay. That's all right. But I do like Detroit here tonight. I'm not sure though who started last night.
I think it was Casey Mize. Let me double check real quick. It was Casey Mize. No decision. 6 innings, 4 hits, allowed 1 earned run. But the bullpen, they blew it.
Oh my God.
Vest took one on the vest. He took the loss, 2 1/3 innings, gave up 3 runs, and they blew the lead. The Tigers did. 7-5 was their final, and they're in action right now today, wrapping up the set against
the Diamondbacks. And I said I liked them today. What's the deal?
Middle of the 7th, Diamondbacks won, Tigers nothing.
That's all right, though. I still feel like they're going to win this game. I might need to get in on something live. We get to the break. Right? What else you got? Because we about to go to this break.
That's right. Let's see. Oh, how about the Pistons taking on the Raptors?
The Raptors last night, too. I think did Detroit end up winning this?
Yeah, they won. They won the Central.
All right. I mean, you know what? And look, see, once again, hold on. Time to pop on the camera again. Because here's a situation. If you all are betting this, from the time you saw Cadillac shut down and he had the engine suspension, as soon as we said that, what did we say? Most of the entire Northwest Ohio, Southeast Michigan planet, you said it's a done deal. I know I'm thinking about my man Bees. I know Bees was like, damn, it's a right. But he's been talking live all throughout this little fiasco of a campaign. Cade will return. I still say it's questionable. I need more facts on the collapsed lung. I don't understand the information. There's no preliminary. I'm not getting any backstory. I'm not clear on exactly how your lung can suddenly collapse, especially with all the people I know who are smoking the most. They never get a collapsed lung, and these boys are chain dogs. What is happening? And Cade, what is going on? I suspect there could be some remnants, though, because you up there in the D. I don't know. I don't want to start speculating nothing, Cade, but I don't know what his lung is collapsing. But with that, the steady sustaining, the Pistons are in business. And what's our man? Who's the cat? Junkins? Is that Jake? Who's the man that came in here acting up this entire time?
Well, we know our leading scorer for the Pistons last night was
No, what's his name? Jake, I'm talking who came in. I don't care who it was. It might not have been him, but he's been busy. You got to complete that, Josh. You got to answer that on a show like this.
Yeah,
you can't just go do what you. Thank you. Now go say what you was trying to say.
Jalen Duren led this team in scoring with 31 points.
All right. See how that is smooth. There ain't nothing to it. But please help me out. I'm your partner. Trust and believe this. All right. It's the fastest $1.20 in sports. That was Ring the Bell. It is brought to you by Anthony Butler. He is the master barber and stylist. Ladies, this is key. No one else in the city claims master barber. It's worth going there, calling him something. That 5-star Google rating should help too. But I should be able to tell you that, and no, I would not get on here and say that if it was in question. So why don't you get yourself together? The weekend is here. Josh, you didn't know. I snuck in. Look at me, Josh. I'm magazine fresh back here. You didn't see it, did you? You never noticed. Even during the rain yesterday. See that?
Yeah, Irish Spring fresh.
Thank you. Thank you, Josh. That's my man. It's all good. We'll be back, though. $1.20, man. We're in the Mama Mary's Mozzarella Minutes. We're coming to the bottom of the hour.
Join Andre of the Savages, weekdays 4 to 6 on Black and White Sports, ESPN 100.7 The Ticket.
There's always something happening at Danny's Cafe in Rossville.
Lawyer, so don't settle for just any insurance. Get the real deal with State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Looking for a stay that blends comfort, style, and true Midwest hospitality? That's the Delta Hotel by Marriott in Toledo. Spacious rooms, sleek design, and exceptional service is the perfect place to relax or get things done. When you're hungry, head down to Axis, our signature on-site restaurant featuring fresh, locally inspired dishes and handcrafted cocktails. Ideal for dinner with friends or unwinding after a long day. Make your next trip effortless. Book your stay and dine at Axis, only at the Delta Hotel Toledo. Visit deltahotels.com to reserve today.
There's my all-star.
I had the game-winning hit.
Careful, buddy.
Sorry, Dad.
Accidents can steal life's biggest moments. At K&R, we help you move forward and hold on to what matters most. When you're hurt in a car, you call K&R.
Property managers, contractors, when air quality matters, trust First Filter in Perrysburg. For over 20 years, we've delivered custom and specialty filters to commercial facilities all across Northwest Ohio. Buildings and schools to construction sites and apartment complexes. Need a hard-to-find size? We'll build it right here in-house. First Filter is your partner in clean, efficient air with expert support and fast turnaround. Find us behind Owens Community College. Call 419-666-5260 or visit firstfilterllc.com. Clean air starts with First Filter.
You're listening to Black and White Sports, where there is no gray.
Question as well, if you don't mind. A championship is a championship, but there were 70 people in the gym when you won your first one.
Yeah.
How much better?
Probably like 150, but
maybe 100, maybe even 200. But
maybe.
How much better does this one feel?
Yeah, now I got a real one. Now nobody can say anything.
Black and White Sports, weekdays from 4 to 6 on 100.7 The Ticket.
Yep, we ZZ topping. Crossing the bottom of the hour around here. Thank you, Frank. Thank you, Mama Mary's Pizza. Don't forget to call them or just do it online, to be quite frank. Right? MamaMarysPizza.com. Hit the promo code BUCK20, BUCK20, 20% off your order. So just be advised there. Back in here, Black and White Sports. We continue. It's 100.7 FM. It's ESPN here in the local vicinity, Lucas County, to be exact. Thank you guys for hanging out. 877-909-1007 is how you hit us up if you want to say something to us or send us a text message. Calls and guests and things brought to you by the Bellamere Suites Wake Up Call line. Of course, thank you to our good friends from Perrysburg, Ohio. And don't forget the facilities in suburban Atlanta. We might have a few people checking in with us, in the ATL, because you guys can do it at 1007theticket.com. Everybody can plug in that way, the Listen Live tab. And, of course, our people watching it on the stream activities, of course, on YouTube at Savvy Television and at Black White Sports here on Facebook Live. Appreciate all my guys, too. The general counsel in here today, man. They've been rocking, popping in. I see my man LT is snuck in there, snuck through the back gate. See you, big dog. Appreciate you coming through. Matter of fact, Josh, remember I made a reference at the beginning of the show. Remember I was snapping in the beginning. I was flipping today. You put the beat on me. You did it on purpose. I said your brain says that he needs a beat tomorrow.
Yeah,
that's what you said.
After what happened yesterday and weekend and that sort of thing, you probably need to get snapping.
Yeah, and then so the rapping ensued, and I made a reference to a gentleman that said, "Listen, man, he heard us, Josh. He heard you and found out how rascally and wily you are, and then he said he was hooked. He's been rocking with." So, Josh, you know what that means?
What's that mean?
We up to 16. 16 worldwide. Clap for ourselves. What the hell is going to stop us? Oh, we talking.
Ain't no stopping us
man,
now.
What? Any saver this. The fail count that. And everybody, man, you better know something. We worldwide. 16 people. Viewers, listeners. It's unstoppable. Thank you, my man LT. Thank you to everybody else, though. All my fellas in here. Finney. Oh, hold up. Finney did say, Finney, you tripping, man. Why do you send this stuff? Josh, look. LeBron James broke Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's wins in postseason and regular season.
Yeah, that comes from when you're playing like nearly almost 25 years in the NBA.
60 years, come on, Finney. Don't do this, man. Why do you do that? I see the stuff. That's why we don't really say it all the time, because come on. This is like, come on. But it was a plan. It was a great plan. LeBron James, it was a great plan. Listen, this is what we're going to start saying. Okay, let's be fair. We're going to stop the crap. Let's cut the crap. We don't give enough homage to the king, clearly. So
History's greatest monster.
this is what we should say. And I'm not the person who coined this, but I have heard it stated. And when I did hear it, I thought, you know what? That is actually the truth. That is the real truth. If we really should kind of stop the player debate on the Michael Jordan thing. I do appreciate Mr. Jordan lately stating to the world that the conversation should be moot and should basically cease. He didn't necessarily subscribe to it. But let's just say, if we call Michael Jordan the best player and we say there's an all-time and we call him that, LeBron James would have the all-time career, I guess. When you say if a career is laden with accomplishments, Josh, then as my man Gary Finney had just pointed out, to add to the collection of items, it would be very difficult to dispute the career that is LeBron Ramon James. You see that, Josh? But there's a difference, though, with what they've been trying to do throughout this entire generation. And that would still be incorrect. And you just can't, because what you can't do, people, you can never manufacture like the respect that kind of makes a claim like that even relatively possible. It really comes with a lot of things that are intangible that really are unmarkable, on pens and paper. I think that's where we're making the mistake. I think that's like the real problem with everyone having an argument, because that's how you get to that. When you want to make it and you want to try to drive most things to a definitive precipice that is indisputable. And you're not going to be able to do that with such a subjective and again, a very abstract type of claim, because the first thing would be, who were the witnesses on hand when said individual was offering their consistent performances, or let's just call it the prime of these athletes or what have you. And just because of that, you guys know that it's a stupid conversation, because we're always talking about the old guys who saw this. We're talking about the young boys of today and what they believe and everything else in between. Again, it's just congested and it's a clutter. So I like Jordan saying that, because I think it will take him, somebody like that, to maybe at least be able to sort of suffocate all the useless chatter underneath Michael Jordan saying, let's go ahead and chill out with that, because he might, and I've heard him on several occasions refer to some people that you all would never even think to consider in the think tank. But Jordan is saying, yes, these individuals, I'm still going to go and should we say, offer my reverence and my adoration and my overall sort of esteem delivery to these men. And these are a couple of guys that never, ever get talked about when the people talk the talk. So just to that extent, that thing I feel like is more frivolous than it ever was. But if you want to say something about LeBron, just say that's the greatest career, I guess. You know what I mean? And I don't even know. And somebody will probably still, if they want to, because then they'll start getting back into the championship stuff and all that. But at the end of the day, LeBron has like done all the things that we didn't even, it's stuff that we didn't even know you could do. That this fool and his record has been made, he's broken. We didn't know they had a record for that. Who knew? I didn't even know. I didn't know they had the wins in postseason and regular season. What? Okay. But yeah, to that extent, maybe if you guys want to do that. See, I tried to give the king there was the love right there. I tried to give the king, I threw it back. Let my man in North Canton hear this clip. Somebody send it to him and mark it and send it to his inbox.
Yeah, I'm a statsaholic myself on both sports. Like in the NBA is no different, but I have never heard of the stat like most wins by an NBA player. I mean, I've heard of most wins by an NBA coach and most games coached, most losses, but most individual wins. I mean, that's just like, seems like it's one of those made up awards just to give someone like being more press or something.
Has a smell, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. It has a
very,
scent.
very
it has a scent. Yeah, but I don't know. I mean,
just like peanut butter.
We'll go with it, but we're gonna roll. We're gonna roll with it. We're not hating. We're with it. I'm just saying, we just call it the career. LeBron, if you want that, you want something, you got to be something that says you're the best of something. Be that. Be that. You had the best career with everything that could happen because you've won championships, you've done it's a mixture. It says a mixture.
Yeah.
I don't know. What does he want us to do?
Yeah,
You know?
I mean, he still gives me that vibe of like what he's playing right now, like that wrestler that once upon a time was on top, still fancies himself on top, and he just does not want to step down.
Yeah, and I get it, but you know what though? In LeBron, what we must say here though, and I think now this is going to sound a lot less ridiculous because I think you guys are all coming around, whether we're wanting to say this or not. I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to keep telling you because time is running out to put at least $10 on the Lakers to win the crown. Yep. Don't snicker. Stop snickering. Don't snicker. You should stop snickering. And you know what, too? Like when it all fizzles down, if in fact the situation has arisen where the Lakers are competing for the ultimate prize come June, I have to tell you, as much as I'm pretty sure what would have to be happening from Luka Doncic, if that were happening, we kind of know what he would be doing. We have to think to ourselves to a much more intricate degree. AR would certainly be maximum primus at that point. I don't even know. I don't know why I went primus. I don't know. I don't know because I didn't want to go prime. You know, you can't steal the people's stuff. But I was thinking something like that. You know. But at that point, he would be at prime maximissiness, right? AR would be doing that. We would again if the Lakers were in that position, right? We would have to be, and to a lesser but more vital extent, DeAndre Ayton would give you that 10 and 7 that I need to make it legitimate. If you could get 10 and 7 from Ayton every time in every series, there are problems for people. So who haven't I mentioned yet? That's right. When it all shakes down in what NBA playoff basketball is, a series of half-court displays and occasional transition opportunities, but ultimately defensive struggles. It's going to be on King. King can deliver games. We would think this will be the ultimate opportunity for him. Watch this. Closer. That sounds crazy. You think, I don't mean jump shots and falling. No, Luka will do those things. He's going to hit those dagger, all that, the dagger ball. That'll be, I'm not trying, understand what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the and one. You got to get to the cup. If I'm right here, I'm posting on the block, I'm reverse spinning. I'm going to slap the Benson on you and do all of that and dunk on you, everything. If you can get in the Karl Malone mode. That's all I wanted to say. If LeBron could get, and I'm finishing on the break, but he usually will run it. That's where it'll be a Magic Johnson. It's a mixture. I think who called him this? I don't know who called LeBron. It might have been John Starks. John Starks say he really is a Magic Johnson, Karl Malone. And I'm on that. That's more accurate, I think. All in all, we didn't think it all these years, but the truth is, and right about here is if he could get that running. If you could get that going on, right? And LeBron James becomes literally this type of individual. Hey, man. Because them other little lightweights, them boys, it's not no smoke, man. Like I said, Wemby them, it's going to be a thorn in your ass no matter what that is. That's the praying mantis. That's something else. That's just going to be whatever, right? That's going to be the problem. But I would love to take my chances with that Lakers-Spurs final. We need to check what a bracket would look like, Josh, see if this is even possible. But listen here. I don't know if OKC is going to be what we think, everybody. And I'm not hating them because I'm not even going to lie. I love them. I just don't like Holmgren and the other guy with the braids. But let's come back, Josh. We'll finish. I got the bets. Bets when we get up out of here, all right? It's a Weatherman Wednesday. It's been sort of fruitful today in lieu of what we went through yesterday. Sit tight. We'll close it strong.
Join Andre of the Savages weekdays 4 to 6 on Black and White Sports. ESPN 100.7 The Ticket.
Are you watching a big sporting event with friends, having a party, or are you just too tired to make dinner? Then you need to call Mama Mary's Pizza, home of the famous 28-inch colossal pizza, equal to 4 large pizzas. Mama Mary's Pizza is authentic New York-style thin crust pizza. The thinner the crust, the better the taste. Get great discounts when you order online at MamaMarysPizza.com. Just go to the menu page and click on the deal section. Located in Holland on Airport Highway across from the Big Kroger, Mama Mary's Pizza.
Where are the forklifts?
Sold them. Too expensive. We're using scooters now.
So you expect us to move a 2-ton pallet on a scooter?
Just lean into it. Put your back into it, people.
This is your job for sponsored jobs.
This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
This hour is brought to you by Dunn Chevrolet. Want to know the best way to make a new vehicle affordable? Lease it. When you lease, you get a new vehicle every 2 to 3 years. You're always under warranty, and your payments and maintenance costs are lower. Find yours at DunnChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
Big news! Hungry Howie's is now open at 5502 Monroe Street. That's right, Hungry Howie's is officially serving up hot, fresh pizza with that famous flavored crust you love. And now with a speedy pickup window to get you in and out fast. To celebrate, get 25% off your entire regularly priced order. Just use code 25OFF. Choose your favorite flavored crust, butter, cheese, ranch, garlic, herb, even Cajun or sesame. Call 419-540-0400 or stop by the new Hungry Howie's location today and get 25% off your order. Hungry Howie's flavored crust pizza is here.
Black and White Sports.
The thing that makes a good man a man is that he does what he doesn't want to do. He doesn't want to work and he works anyway. He doesn't want to go to war and he fights anyway. That's the whole point of it. We didn't want to die in the Titanic. Guess what happened? We died in the Titanic. You can't sit there as a man and say you don't feel like it. You're not allowed to not feel like it. You're supposed to do it anyway, regardless. So you don't understand I'm struggling with motivation. If you are struggling with the motivation to be a winner, then stay a fucking loser.
You're listening to Black and White Sports, where there is no gray.
Sure indeed, time to roll. We got to get on out of the scene. Weatherman Wednesday, we liked it. We hope you liked it. You never know. I know you guys can be a little difficult with this. I know. 4 to 6, we do it Monday through Friday. So thank you guys for being here. Black and White Sports. In case it was your first time checking in on it, listen, we came to the understanding we are 16 people worldwide listening to this, watching this. We are insane and so excited about this. Also, hold on, Josh. Let me do this. I'm going to get to these bets here before we go. But I forgot to mention this. I actually had planned on having her on the show, but I know she's just busy. She will get with me and we'll get it together, talking about none other than Auntie Jackie, the one and only Jackie Callan. And you guys have heard her before. I got to get her on here, but because I thought she would be better at rolling this out, Josh. But hopefully I posted it yesterday. Maybe I didn't post it. I think maybe I got on there and liked it. Let me get on her page. But we need everybody to know this about the champ. And I know you guys love the Hitman, Uncle Tom, Tommy Hearns, and Queen Jackie is working very assertively in an effort. I will post this and make sure I share it so I can get the link to everybody so we can all get in on it. But she says, can you spare a minute to help this campaign, everybody? And the campaign, Josh, is about honoring Detroit icon Thomas Hearns with a permanent statue in Michigan. Can we get with that? Isn't that something? But you know what, Josh? I'm salty. I'm saying this too because why are we having to call out and people having to come? And why did somebody already not orchestrate a plan like this?
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? Like what?
Yeah,
on a certain level.
Yeah, I'm thinking like if this statue does come to fruition, where to put it? I mean, I'm trying to think of a place of particular that they might put in front of. Maybe the what used to be the Cobo Center now.
I do remember the Cobo Arena. Yeah, the Cobo Arena was it. Yeah, you're right, Josh. I don't know what you do with that. Maybe that's an interesting question too. But they say, I'll read this. Let me see how I can read some of this off of the petition. But it's a petition, everybody, that we can sign. I'm going to share it and share the link. I was hoping to get Auntie Jackie on here to kind of drop it on you guys because I know she'll put the right zest on it. But listen, the issue they tell us is Detroit has always been a city defined by resilience, but its history has not come without hardship. Following the Detroit riot of '67, the city entered a period of significant social and economic challenges. The years that followed were marked by rebuilding, but also by rising crime, drug epidemics, and limited opportunities for many young people. Roughly a decade later, a young man named Thomas the Hitman Hearns would turn professional, emerging from that very environment with a story that represented something far greater than boxing. And as a youth, Hearns faced adversity firsthand, including being chased home from school and gang-populated neighborhoods. But instead of becoming a product of his environment, he chose a different path, as we know, under the mentorship of the late, great Emmanuel Stewart of the Crunk Gym. He became a part of a movement that symbolized hope, discipline, and transformation for the city of Detroit. At the time when many young people were searching for direction, the Crunk Gym stood as a beacon of light. Together, Thomas Hearns and Emmanuel Stewart showed that even in the aftermath of hardship, greatness could be built. Tommy Hearns' rise was not just personal, it was symbolic of Detroit's resilience. His success represented a new chapter for the city, proving that out of struggle can come excellence, pride, and global recognition. Let's join that, people. I will have the link over here. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and get that done now before I roll out and if we do something like
just
forgetting.
realize that if they build a statue, have it in front of the Kronk gym.
Yeah, but it's something to and I think Josh, but I don't know if they moved it. There's something about that too, Josh. Before I jump and going into the absolutely, but nonetheless, we got to get this done though. That needs to go down. Whatever, however, you see what I'm saying. And like I said, I don't understand exactly how come it would come to the point where the woman would have to try to drive, a campaign, and we even get on that page. I'm not sure exactly, but it does not surprise me because I don't know that the people, man, celebrate like they really should. I mean, usually when he's out and about, man, and people, get around him, that usually is pretty evident. But like I said, as far as something like that, that seems like that would have been, in motion quite some time ago. But like I said, we got this link going on, everybody, so we get this going on for you guys. Check our page at Black White Sports. Matter of fact, it's going up right now. So make sure, you guys sign the petition, man. Plug in. Rick, I don't even have to tell you. You already know what time that is, man. So, everybody, man, please. But I will try to get, her on here, man. See if she'll come back through and kind of talk about that. Because, she's serious about it. She's serious about the Hitman, James Toney. Every time I look up Bronco McCart, Jackie Callan is the real deal. So when I talk about the matriarch of boxing, I think I don't know, Josh, I might be coining something. You would think they would have said that before now.
Right.
I don't think they said it. I'm getting ready to say it. That might be the matriarch of boxing for sure. And she's still out here, man. They still doing it strong. She has fighters and things, but you guys know that we got to get her back. Talk about more stuff, man, because she's always great when she comes through, man. So anyway, there you go with that. All right, Josh, picks. Let's go. We got to get out of here. Picks. What we doing? I got something in all the leagues. Trying to hold off. We're getting toward the weekend. Saturday's coming. So it's Friday. Ladies. I should give you my female Final Four right now, though, because I don't really have any qualms. I don't have any qualms. I'm pretty sure I'm going to do it. I'm going to have qualms there. I mean, I might have a qualm or two with the men. I don't have a qualm with the men, but I don't know. I don't know if I have it anymore. Remember what I told you about that Michigan thing and the women, with the bounceries. And I know you like, well, it ain't the same. So the men, they're the talent level and what schmear. Don't find yourself in the surprise zone when it gets jumping off. That's all I'm saying. They got something for your asses. Trust and believe. Everybody thinking they're going to be cute. It's only 2 games to go and all of that. Don't believe that. Don't believe you got it figured. All right, Josh, which should I do first?
NBA.
Okay. I told you I'm jumping out of the window. I'm doing it. You're not going to you don't agree. You're already looking like, what is on here? I'm doing all of this. We're going with these points. I'm thinking these teams might actually win tonight. Now, I'm a little less confident on the Washington because there's been some movement since I wrote this, but Josh had to put these in advance. And the Washington thing is now up to 14.5. So I could look and say, well, because people are really kind of feeling the Philly thing and you see the money is going there, maybe we stand pat and we stay with the 13.5, idea as it started. But obviously we'll take this 14.5 point now because what the hell? But I'm not getting ready to just ride with Philly like that. Washington, they're the ultimate type of disruptor on an against the spread type of move. So yeah, we'll stay there. We'll just do that Wizard thing at 14.5. But the rest of it, we stand pat. Miami, 4.5. Golden State. I know you can't believe it, Josh. Did you see? Because I know you saw who Golden State is playing. So, that people, they're not going. I knew that's one. They definitely will not feel me on that.
Yeah.
So, but again, Warriors Spurs nonetheless, for those that didn't know who they're playing. And Utah, give me the points there too. And like I said, I think all 4 of these teams win tonight. What's next? Let's go.
Hockey.
NHL. I'm going to go with the puck lines here all around. San Jose. Right? Hold on, let me make sure to get on my page here, Josh. Sorry. Okay. Yep, Anaheim, because Anaheim was. I hope this is not me a little salty from like the night before last with these guys. I think Anaheim blew up a damn parlay. But with that said, I can't say they don't win the game because they probably should win the game. They are favored here, but we're going San Jose, take the puck line there. We're going St. Louis, take the puck line there, even though we think St. Louis will win. I like the money line there. And I like Vancouver actually to somehow sneak this game off here tonight. I'm not sure why. I think it's more of I think it's a number thing with Vancouver because I'm playing with fire going into Colorado. It's a little crazy to be doing it, but that's why I'm going to go ahead and rock with it with the puck line on that. So take the Canucks there. And then finally, we were going 2, but we did. The Tigers had already started, and I think the Tigers have lost.
Yeah,
they lost 1-0.
It's final, 1-0. They lose to the Snakes.
Yeah. So that wouldn't work. So hopefully my Cleveland can. I told y'all I like the Guards tonight. We're going to do it. I think the Guards win tonight, actually, but just take the damn run line. Call it a day. Don't get too cute. All right. So thank you very much to Monty Features today, hanging with us, man. Sandman a little under the weather, so he apologizes, couldn't be with us, but we knew that he wasn't going to make it in today. So we'll get back at it tomorrow, getting set, trying to lock in on this college basketball situation as we get toward the weekend. But before I go, let me thank a few of my constituents, and certainly none more important than my good friends at the Bassett Nut Company, formerly Rachel Michaels Gourmet Popcorn. Don't forget about that. A move, I was just in there too. The move is almost complete. She had that exhausted, exasperated look on her face as she had been doing and toiling and treading through. It's almost complete. She'll be moving up the block on Monroe Street. So we'll let you know all about that. So continue to support Bassett Nut Company. And again, especially if you ever supported Rachel Michaels Gourmet Popcorn. Also, too, the friends at Powers Beauty Supply. Over 30 years of service to the greater Toledo area. So thank you very much. And of course, Consignment Home Interiors. Change your decor without spending more. We got to roll out of here today. Thank you very much, Josh Burnham. Hell of a job, sir. And again, thank you for being AAA. All right, you guys, let's get that work, man. Let's get that 8-teamer, I think, or 7-teamer we got. So we'll talk about it tomorrow, man. Be kind, be respectful, be nice, never cheat on your wife, and please handle your business today.
Tomorrow.
There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow.
His store and more, the Man Superstore.